A lot of wrecks lately. A lot of wrecks. In fact, I think I'm going to rename the street to Wreck Central Station.
A title no town wants to claim, but business owners down one stretch of Albert Pike in Hot Springs are tired of what they say is a growing number of accidents. Good evening. Glad you're with us tonight. I'm Donna Terrell.
I'm Kevin Kelly. Thanks for joining us. Fox 16 Rebecca Jeffries shows us some of the damage the area has been dealing with and what locals believe is not only the problem, but also a possible solution. Rebecca.
Good evening, Kevin. Well, in the last 12 days, there have been 3 utility poles replaced within just a couple blocks of each other, according to the Hot Springs Police Department. The most recent one happening just last night, and businesses nearby say that doesn't include the fender benders they regularly see. So what's the problem? Well, they want to know too. This span of Albert Pike Street has a rich history. Patrons have been parking their cars in front of these businesses in the northwest part of Hot Springs for generations. But lately, it hasn't been the shops that have brought cars to a stop.
At least probably 2 a week here lately.
The most recent accident happening Sunday night, taking out a power pole at Albert Pike in Richard. The driver ran away. 2 streets down, Bill Hall witnessed another accident in front of his printing shop earlier this month.
Heard the crash and watched the AT&T truck just plow right into the telephone pole.
It busted a water main and broke a utility pole. Part of it still swings above the repairs. Employees like Paula Morris, who's worked at Taylor's Cleaners for about 30 years, says nothing has changed in the area recently, except for one thing.
A lot of wrecks lately. A lot of wrecks.
But even on this straight road, Hall thinks it all comes down to one cause.
Most of the time I believe it's because people are texting or talking on their cell phone. I do not believe that they're paying attention of what they're doing.
Which leads to another concern, a crosswalk with no lights that he says middle school students walk each day.
I really feel that it would not be amiss saying that someone's going to be hit or killed.
Begging for law enforcement to take a closer look at what's happening on Albert Pike. Now, we don't know exactly how many accidents have happened in the area since the start of this year because they could be reported to either Hot Springs Police or state troopers since it's a state highway. Kevin?
Well, Rebecca, obviously everyone is familiar with the problems that exist there, but what about what kind of changes are in the works, if you will, to try and make that area safer?
Well, Kevin, we're not aware of anything in the works at this point. The street was widened several years ago, but from what we could see today, there's very little space for it to expand even more or to make a turn lane, which has been a main concern over there as well. Some people I spoke to said maybe a stoplight could help. However, as we showed you earlier, an accident over at Albert Pike and Richard last night it was actually right next to a stoplight. So it may take an investigation by the Department of Transportation to see if anything can be added there for safety.
We can certainly see why some people are frustrated. All right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.